Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing you 3 drugstore makeup ideas for Valentine's Day. I just got to thinking, like, what if some of you maybe don't have any ideas as far as what look you want to go for on Valentine's Day? Maybe you don't live near a Sephora or an Ulta, or maybe you just don't want to spend that much money on a Valentine's Day makeup look. So the idea behind this is just that you can use what you've got at home. All 3 of these looks are going to require really minimal products as well as super inexpensive and affordable products that you can just find at your local Walmart, Target, CVS, places like that are a little bit more readily available than Sephora or Ulta in some areas. But before we get into this video, I want to quickly thank every single one of you guys for all of your love and support on my last mascara video. I cannot believe it trended. It reached number 4 on trending, you guys, and I cried my eyes out all day long. And I'm just so grateful for every single one of you. And I wanted to also welcome any new subscribers because I know there are several of you, so welcome to the family. I'm so excited to get to know you guys as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. I can't believe that this is all happening and that my dreams are coming true, and it's all because of every single one of you guys. So another thing I want to quickly let you know is all of my complexion products are going to be the exact same in all 3 looks, so everything will be linked down below. If you're interested in my foundation, bronzer, concealer, powder, all that stuff on the face, and even my brow products, everything's affordable, everything's from the drugstore, and everything will be linked down below. So let's get into it. The first look I'm going to be showing you how to create is a fresh and flirty look. I wanted to focus on the eyelashes as well as the lips. This look is for those of you who might be on a time crunch and don't really know what to do but want to look really fresh, flirty, and pretty for Valentine's Day. With this look, you can go ahead and do your complexion. I went ahead and applied my Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. I used my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer under the eyes and a little bit down the center of the face. I set everything with the Fit Me powder, sculpted the face with my L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It bronzer, added some blush. Today I'm using the Flower Beauty powder blush in the shade Sweet Pea, and then the highlight on my cheeks is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. So my brows are also my drugstore brow routine, which I will link down below if you're curious as to what products I use for that and how I go about doing my drugstore brows. So this look is so easy. I'm going to be doing one of my favorite tricks for the eyeshadow portion. We're going to go ahead and hop into the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It bronzer again. Since the lips and the lashes are going to be a focal point, I just want subtle definition through the eyes, so nothing crazy. I did apply concealer on the eyelid and then I set it with the Fit Me powder, so it's nice and prepped right now for just a little bit more dimension and depth to be added. It's nice and powdery. I personally love to add eyeshadows on the lower lash line as well, but basically you're just wanting to make a really subtle definition around the eyes so that it doesn't look too flat. There's some dimension there, and just using whatever bronzer you've got is a great way to achieve a super easy eye look in like a minute or less. So now that we have really subtle definition around the eyes, I'm wanting a little bit of an eyeliner on the top lid. I'm going to go into my Burt's Bees Nourishing Eyeliner, and this is a really beautiful warm brown color. The reason why I'm choosing a brown color is because I want this to be soft, flirty, approachable, all that jazz for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to go ahead and scribble that on the top lash line, and I'm also giving it a really soft flick at the end. I'm not going to be too concerned about like it looking perfect. I want it to be really soft. And I'm kind of patting over the eyeliner with my finger to kind of diffuse the edges a little bit, but I do want a subtle cat eye winging out this way to draw more attention to the eyes. So now that we've got brown eyeliner on both eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lashes with the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. I love this stuff. I've noticed a huge difference when I use this primer versus when I don't. It just really helps condition the lashes and also separates them, and then it makes your lashes look so full, it's insane. Next, I'm gonna go into my mascara. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara and just do a coat right on top of the primer. If you want to, you can leave your lashes as is with mascara, but I really want to draw attention to the eyes through the lashes, and so I'm going to add some falsies. These are also from the drugstore. They're from Ardell, and they are the 120 Demi Lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those on. I'm just going to apply some Kiss Lash Glue to the lash band. I'm going to let the glue get a little bit tacky, and then just apply the lashes right above your natural lashes. It always helps me to look down into a mirror because then I can really see where the lashes are being applied. So now I'm just adding a little bit more mascara on the top lashes to blend in the false ones with my real ones. And now we're ready for the lip. With this look, you could really go for any sort of lip color. The one I'm going to use today is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip Velvet Finish Liquid Lipstick in the shade Coral Minerals. This is a little bit more of a fun twist on a classic pink for Valentine's Day. It's still a nude and it's still in the pink family, but it definitely has a little bit more of a coral to it, which I love. I just think this is such a beautiful corally nude color. It's still super approachable and perfect for Valentine's Day, but it's a little bit different, a little bit more bright than your typical soft pinks. You could really go for any color with this. These are some other liquid lipsticks from Physicians Formula. Literally any of these would go with this eye look since it's so minimal, but since we wanted something fresh, I went for a more melon coral kind of nude, and this is the final look. This look is definitely the easiest to do as well as probably the most inexpensive. You're not going to need to go out and buy a ton of products, if any, for this look. So if you are on a time crunch or if you're not really looking to spend any money for Valentine's Day, a look like this would be absolutely perfect. I love looks like this. I think it's a little bit more glam. You can still wear it during the daytime. It's fun, it's approachable, it's fresh, it's sweet. All my favorite types of kinds of looks all rolled into one. So I hope you guys like the final fresh and flirty. And now let's move into the next look. The second look we're going to be creating is a more smoky and sultry makeup look. I wanted to do a smoky eye that's going to be super easy and really forgiving and flattering on so many different skin tones and eye colors. So let's get into it. Again, this is a look that you could either do your foundation first or last, depending on the eyeshadow that you're using and how much fallout you get with the eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Matte for Matte Summer Breeze eyeshadow palette. This just has really great brown tones. They're matte, they're pigmented, it's inexpensive, and a really great palette. So I'm actually just going to quickly dip into this light bone color, and I'm just going to be sweeping this from the top of the brow down to the crease. Now I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade, the second to last darkest shade. Make sure to tap off the extra, and working in layers, I'm just going to start to build this color all over the lid, focusing most of the pigment close to the lash line, and then as the brush gets less and less pigment, I'm just going to bring it up through the crease a little bit. And again, I'm just working in small light layers, building it until you get the intensity that you want. Obviously, you guys can use any brown shadow that you have or like. I'm taking that on the same brush, but I'm just going to pinch it and start to buff this on the lower lash line as well. This is such an easy, foolproof way to do a smoky eye. Brown shadows are typically a lot more forgiving than a black. So if you're nervous about creating a smoky eye, just use brown and that will create the same kind of intense effect, but with a lighter color that's going to be way more flattering and a lot easier to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that on the other eye. I'm going to hop into the black. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this. You could also use a darker brown if you don't want to use black at all. And I'm just going to feather this on the outer third of the top lash line. I just want a little more depth. So once everything looks pretty blended on both eyes and evenly pigmented, I'm going to go ahead and hop into a brown eyeliner. So this one is actually from ColourPop. I can't find my dark brown drugstore eyeliner, so just find whatever dark brown or black eyeliner. I'm choosing to stick with browns because it's still going to be smoky, but not too much in my opinion. So this is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Call Me. It's actually a little bit of a plummy brown, so it has a tiny bit of a purple undertone, but I'm just going to scribble this on the top lash line. I'm also applying it on the lower lash line and in the waterline. We've got our eyes all lined and lined in the waterline. I'm going to go use that same exact eyelash primer on the top and bottom lashes. Again, all these products that I'm using will be linked down below. So if you miss a product or you're again curious as to what's on my face, everything will be linked in the description. And then I'm going to go in with my same L'Oreal Luminous Lash Paradise mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And I'm not going to be using falsies with this look, but I am going to really load up the mascara to give a really nice smoky and diffuse effect with the lashes as well. It'll go really nicely with the brown shadow on the eyes. To make sure that the eyes don't look too closed off, I'm going to go into my Essence Pure Nude Highlight. This is the highlighter that I have on my face right now, and I'm just going to apply this to the inner corner of the eyes. And with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to apply that to the brow bone to lift the brow. I'm dusting away any fallout that we might have had with just a little bit of that Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm also adding a little bit more blush to just help balance balance out the dark smoky eye. For lips, you could just apply your favorite nude pink. This one's from Flower Beauty. It is their matte lipstick in the shade 025 Warm Sand. You could do a tinted lip balm, a lip gloss, really anything that you prefer with this eye look. I'm wanting the brows to look a little bit more sharp than they currently are, so I'm going back in and sharpening these. I'm just kind of adjusting my face makeup to help everything else look more balanced. After I finished my eye makeup, I felt like I looked a little bit washed out, so I'm adding more bronzer as well. I always love to kind of just take a step back before I leave the house and reapply bronzer or blush if needed, and I do feel like we needed a little more warmth with the smoky eye. So that completes the more sultry, smoky eye makeup look. Again, so easy, so wearable if you're wanting to do something a little bit more intense for Valentine's Day. Again, just use what you've got. I'm sure you have somewhere in your collection a nice brown eyeshadow that you can work with, and then just use your favorite nude pink lip, and boom, you've got a really beautiful, bold, but approachable makeup look for Valentine's Day. So now let's move into the last makeup look. So the last look I'm going to create is a more romantic, rosy toned makeup look for those of you who want to be a little bit more princessy and a little bit more romantic for Valentine's Day. So this time I am going to do my eyes first. I've prepped my brows already, and then I also applied the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer on the eyelid and set it with my Fit Me loose powder, so we are ready to just go in with eyeshadow. For this look, I felt like the Maybelline City Kits pink edge palette would be perfect. It's just so Valentine's Day-y to me, in my opinion, so I thought this would be awesome. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here. It's a really nice light tone, and I'm going to buff this from the brow to the lash line to further create a really nice base for the eyeshadows to blend over. Easy as that. And now I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is actually a blush, but I really like to use it as a pink transition shade. So I'm going to go ahead and take a small amount and really work in layers and in windshield wiper motions to just really blend this through the transition. I don't want it to look too bold. I just want a really nice soft pink in that area. So I'm making sure to have a really light hand, but I do feel like having this color pink in the transition looks really romantic and just pretty. So I'm just making sure to blend it all out. The main color is going to be this rose gold shade right here. I'm going to go ahead and take that on a short, dense brush. And I'm really going to try to pack the product onto the brush here. And then I'm going to take my setting spray and wet the brush with that. And that's just going to give us a more foiled eyeshadow effect, which I think is so pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over the lid. And I'm applying it from the lash line up to the crease. And after I have that nice base from wetting the brush, I'm actually going to dip my finger into the exact same shade and intensify the metallic even more by just pressing on some more shadow on top of the wet shadow that we just applied. So next I'm going to go ahead and go into these two purple shades. I'm just going to go ahead and mix them, and I'm going to apply this to the outer third of the lid, just working in layers again and buffing it in circular motions, and then taking what's left on the brush after and kind of dragging it through the crease a little bit, just for some definition there. Since we are doing the eyes first, I'm not going to worry too much about this edge down here, so just blend the eyeshadows down and we will clean them up with a makeup wipe in a minute, but just make sure that everything up here is nice and blended. Don't worry too much about how far down you go here. So now I'm just going to take my makeup wipe and clean up any fallout, and this is where we will also kind of sharpen up the edge here. And now we apply foundation, concealer under the eyes and down the center of the face, and then I just go ahead and set the face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And at this point I like to go back into my eyeshadow palette and kind of finish up the eyes. So I'm just going to go and do the same thing that we were doing on the top lid. I'm going to take this pink shade and buff this out on the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and go into these two purple shades right here, just on the outer third of the lower lash line to kind of deepen that up a little bit. And I always like to make sure to buff it up to the existing eyeshadows up here. I just feel like it helps everything look more finished. And then I'm going to take that gold shade that we used on the top lid, and I'm going to wet this brush as well. And I'm going to apply this to the lower lash line. I love the look of like a golden lower lash line. I just think it's so pretty. Now I'm going to pop on mascara and lash primer really quickly. Bam! We've got mascara on, and now I'm going to go ahead and go into my bronzer really quickly and just warm up the entire complexion with this. I'm just going to add a little bit of blush to the cheeks. And of course we can't forget about highlight on the high points of the face. Next I'm going to hop into this pink shade and this highlight shade here. And I'm going to use this to highlight the inner corner. I just kind of like the idea of a more pinky inner corner highlight. I feel like it's very fitting. I'm taking what's left underneath the brow. This next step is optional. I'm going to put a nude liner in the lower waterline just to really open up the eyes and make you look more awake. This is from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Nude. And to finish off the look, I'm using another Flower Beauty lipstick. This was in the shade Autumn Rose, which is very fitting for this rosy tone look. So I applied a layer, blotted some off with a tissue, and now I'm kind of blending the rest out with my finger. I just want more of a stain almost, not a heavy layer of lip product on the lips, so that's how I like to do it. I'm adding a little more bronzer. I just like to look nice and bronze and healthy. I feel like it's a good look for Valentine's Day. So now I'm just going to touch up and set the brows. And now we will set the face. I love using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I know this isn't at like Walmart, so a good drugstore option is the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. I love that one. I've never tried the Make It Last Setting Spray, but I hear that one's a good one too, if you are wondering. And there you have it. That completes the Romantic Rose makeup look. I hope you guys like this look as well. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below which one of the 3 looks was your favorite and which one inspired you most. Also, I'm starting to feature you guys on my Instagram stories, so if you do recreate any looks of mine, be sure to tag me in your posts or in your stories so I can save them. And on Fridays, I am going to feature anybody who has created or recreated my looks. So if you do end up creating any of these 3 looks for Valentine's Day, tag me. I would love, love, love to see. And also, it will give you a chance to be featured on my Instagram story. I love you guys so, so much, and I'm so grateful for you, honestly. I swear to you, I have the best family here on YouTube. You guys are all amazing. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the family if you are new and if you have not already. And if you guys want to be notified each time I upload, click on the little bell after you subscribe so you get post notifications every time I post. And that is it, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope it's amazing, whether you're hanging out with friends or going on a romantic date. I just hope that you guys have a really great day and that you feel beautiful inside and out. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye. I just knocked a brush off.